right now.
Yes, sir.
Hepatitis A, when you study about hepatitis A, what do we know about this? It's a type of
Virus.
hepatitis A, type of virus. And when you say virus fixers. So virus fixers are what? See that there will be some components, right, and that will be helping you to basically plant the viruses. Try to understand it in this manner that there will be some components in the body that will be helping in order to bind the virus to the body. Okay, now. So in that context, you might understand this. Okay. Hmm. And
Yes, sir.
female anopheles में क्या आपने मैच किया था?
Sir, let me check.
Okay.
Sir, I matched malaria.
Exactly. Okay, so by the way, I will be sharing the checked papers as well कि आपको पता चले कि कहाँ पर आपने गलती की है.
Sir,
Okay ना guys?
AD is also known as yellow fever mosquito.
हाँ, yellow fever mosquito भी कहते हैं because it is responsible for yellow fever also or for dengue also right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, has Ahmed joined yet or not? Is Ahmed here in the class?
No, sir.
Not yet, no? Okay, okay. Actually, I was waiting for him so that I'll be discussing his question as well. Anyway, so you guys tell me, like, I just saw your syllabus, Moaz. In your final exam, you'll be having chemical effects of electric current also, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Apart from that, like, do you also have got this chapter also? Like, some natural phenomena is also part of your final exam, no?
Some natural phenomena, sir. Let me check.
I checked on that. The syllabus which you gave me, there it is mentioned.
Yeah, then okay, sir. It's come.
It is done.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So some natural phenomena. So do tell me the chapter which we just completed. Did you guys had any question, any other difficulties in this one? Please do let me know.
No,
No,
sir.
If the okay, okay.
sir, so we are starting with natural phenomena.
I think we should be beginning with this chapter. Although I thought I'd be waiting for Ahmed also to see what chapters he's going to be having an exam, but he's not. He hasn't joined the class yet. So now, those who have already studied this chapter, recall what were the different concepts which we studied in this chapter.
Sir,
Math,
lightning.
have you finished the chapter?
Which one? The microorganisms.
No, sir, in maths.
Yes, sir.
We have finished that chapter. Okay, now. But the thing is, like, we need to practice some more questions. I'm not getting regular assignments from you guys also.
Sir, I just
Although
resent the assignments.
we have resent the assignment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will ask the team to send it to me because I haven't got it yet. Okay, ना मुझे अभी तक assignments नहीं मिले हैं. So I will be consulting the team regarding this. Okay, do let me know once the screen is visible.
So we discussed about lightning and earthing as well.
Lightning के बारे में हमने discuss किया था. We did talked about what are the ways in which charges are conducted from one body to another.
Yes, sir.
Right now, some natural
Electroscope.
phenomena. Electroscope के working के बारे में हमने discuss किया था. It was a device using which you can detect the presence of charge.
Yes, sir.
Right now. Okay. So those are the things. Apart from that, natural phenomena में और क्या आएंगे? Like apart from lighting, there are several other things in natural phenomena also.
Yes, sir. Some natural disasters like tsunamis and earthquakes.
Exactly, like tsunamis and earthquakes. Those will also be counted in it. Right now.
Yes, sir.
Cyclones,
Yes, sir.
drafts. Right now. So in the chapter, we would be studying about different type of natural phenomena, right? Like tsunami, cyclone, earthquakes, drafts, lightning. What are these natural phenomena and how does it occur? Like normally, like lightning is basically an electrical spark, but on a huge scale. Okay. So you might have heard of this story that Benjamin Franklin, he was a American scientist. Okay. So he, in the year 1752, showed that lightning and the spark from the clouds are both the same phenomena. Both same phenomena. hai. Right now, like basically lightning, like the spark, okay, the spark that is generated here on Earth between two electrical devices or between the electrical devices, uh, or the spark that is created when clouds collide. So that both of them are same thing, right?
That is the cause of unlike charges meeting.
Hmm. They are unlike charges when they um, collide with each other, thereby thunder is produced, right? We also studied that there were electrostatic charges also.
Yes, sir.
Electrostatic charges के phenomena भी आपने पढ़े होंगे. Like basically what is, like if you were to rub a plastic with soft cotton cloth, it can attract small pieces of paper. You
Yes,
might
sir.
have done that, like you take a ruler or a comb and rub it in your hair and bring some pieces of paper near to it, so it will be getting attracted to it, right? Now,
Like charges.
unlike
Unlike
charge,
charges.
exactly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm. So charges भी दो types के होते हैं. One will be positive and then one will be negative charges. Right now, positive and the negative, and positive charges will be repelling each other. Negative charges will also be repelling each other. Okay, now, and the unlike charges will be attracting each other. And we also get to know in this chapter about electrostatic charges is that electrostatic means that charge that is at rest.
Yes, sir.
Right now, see, when you have electric current flowing in the wire, when the charges are flowing, thereby we call them as electric current. Right now, while when charges are developed on two bodies that are stationary and are not moving, and the charges inside them are also not moving, but yet they are attracting to each other or repelling to each other, so there you will be having electrostatic charges. Static means something that is at rest, while in the wires current is the charges are flowing. And when you look at the word current means something that is at flow.
Yes, sir.
Wind current हम पढ़ते हैं, we study about ocean currents where basically water is in movement. Land breeze, sea breeze, you must have studied about these concepts also.
Yes, sir.
Right now, where the wind blows from high pressure to lower pressure. Right now. Okay. So that is the thing. Further, we get to see that every element will be made up of atoms, right? When you see that at given normal conditions, atoms are neutral. Atom neutral होते हैं. But when the elements are rubbed, if some disturbance happens in them, so thereby they will be developing some charges on them. Okay, no?
Yes.
Further, you should be aware of this thing also, that when you look at an atom, so inside an atom there will be some subatomic particles are also there in the atom. Like you have proton, you have neutrons, and these two subatomic particles are found in the nucleus of the atom.
Yes.
There's one more subatomic particle, that is electrons, the one that you see in the blue color. These will be rotating in cells in orbits around the nucleus. ये electrons होता है. All right now. So you get to see that normally at a given condition, under normal conditions, the number of proton is equal to number of neutron. Understand this thing very carefully. Number
Yes.
of protons, sorry, electrons की मैं बात करना चाह रहा था. Number of protons is equal to number of electrons right now. So for example, take the element boron.
Yes, sir.
इसका atomic number होता है 5. The atomic number of boron is 5, meaning that in the periodic table, ये fifth position पर. Okay, now you might have seen a periodic table like this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now also you should purchase one or take a printout of this. And some of you have already memorized some of the names of elements. That's good. See, so boron, in boron you get to see that there will be 5 protons, there will be 5 electrons. Right now there will be 5 protons and 5 electrons in the boron, but due to some external disturbance, what happens that now the number of electron decreases by 1, for example, or increases by 1. Right now, so for example, this boron atom gains an extra electron due to some external disturbance. Let's say that it is being rubbed across something, for example. So thereby now it will be having one more electron. Now
Negatively
be 5, exactly 5 protons there, and now there is 6 electron. So one extra electron, an electron you can see from here is having negative sign. So that means these are negatively charged particles, while
Yes.
protons are positively charged particles. And when you look at the net difference of the charges, yani ke 6 electron minus 5 proton, net difference is 1 electron having a negative charge. So it means now the atom will be having one extra negative charge on it. So
Yes,
the
sir.
atom is said to be negatively charged right now. So in this manner, the number of protons or the number of electrons will be changing. Actually, number of electrons only changes. The number of proton in every case will be remaining same, because look at the position of proton. Where is it?
Sir,
It is
it
in the center.
decrease.
Huh. It is in the center, so thereby its number does not changes. It is fixed. Getting it, guys, or not?
Yes, sir.
So that was the thing, that due to some external disturbances, number of electron will increase or it might decrease also. So for example, if it were to decrease, guys, अगर decrease होता है, so in that case, was what will happen, that if it were to have 5 proton, but now it will be having only 4 electrons, 1 electron is lost. So when you find the net charge on it, so thereby you will be having 5 positive minus 4 negative charges.
Atom
Okay,
is
now
charged.
so you have one charge that is positive, so the atom is said to be positively charged. Did you guys got this concept or not? Please do let me know. If not, I will be repeating that.
Yes, sir. So is it necessary that atom has 2 or more neutrons?
Is it necessary that
An atom has 2 or more neutrons?
2 or more neutrons?
Yes, sir.
Neutrons, you are saying?
Yes, sir.
It could be having more than 2 neutrons. It could be having, exactly. Why not? Okay, now. Okay. So further, what we just discussed, that in an atom there will be several subatomic particles. Namely, you have proton, you have electron, and then you have neutron also. Now, when you look at proton and neutron, they are located in the center of the atom, that is also called as nucleus. So most these are found in the nucleus, while the proton
Yes,
is
sir.
found in the orbit.
The electron.
Electron found rotating in the orbit. Okay, now proton is having positive charge, neutron is having 0 charges on it, while electron is negatively charged. Okay, if you were to know about the magnitude of charge on proton and electron in higher classes, you will be studying about that also. But if you want to know, like on proton, it will be having plus 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 charges, coulomb of charges. Okay, now on electron, it will be having minus 1.6 into 10 raised to the power 19 actually. It is not minus 19, 19 coulomb. Okay, now. So know these things as well. So far, what are the things we discussed?
So we discussed about
Hmm.
positive and negative atoms.
Okay. How does an atom become positive?
So when an atom loses an electron, it becomes positive, since the number of protons is greater than the number of electrons.
Okay. By the way, talking about electron, it is actually minus e होता है, ठीक है ना? 10 raised to the
Yes.
exponent minus 19 coulomb. Okay, now. I thought of some other particles. So electron is minus 1.6 into 10 raised to the exponent minus 19. While proton will be having 1.6 into 10 raised to the power 19 coulomb. I am saying these things because just after a few months you will be studying about these things as well. Okay, now.
Yes, sir.
Minus 19. Huh. So that is the concept over here. Moz, did you got this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is Ahmed back in the class or not? He's not. Okay then. So back to over here. Lightning which we are studying here. Basically, this is a huge electrical discharge. This is a huge electrical discharge or spark that occurs in nature on a major scale. And it is caused by when there is accumulation of charges in the clouds. So in that manner, it will happen. It can be deadly and cause destruction at a huge scale.
Yes.
Further, when you study about history of sparks, the Greeks were aware of the sparks. So they were already aware of the electrical charges as old as
So 600 BC.
almost almost 2600 years ago. Right now they were aware of this. So they knew that there was a type of resin which is a synthetic polymer. Right now, so they knew of amber. Amber एक synthetic polymer था. So when furs were rubbed together, then amber attracted light objects like here. So for example, if you were to have amber, AMBER, I might have a picture of it over here. No, unfortunately, no. So amber, no. See, amber is obtained from plants. Do you guys know this? Amber हम plants से obtain करते हैं. Okay, na? And from where? Like resin, you guys know, like resin is a plant product, no?
Yes, sir.
Resin, latex, these are obtained from forests, right? Latex that is used to make.
So paper.
No, latex is used to make rubber. Latex, the white gummy substance that comes out from the bark of the tree, from a rubber tree.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now. So resin is also taken out from plants, and from resin, basically amber will be made, right? So if clothes were to be rubbed across the amber, so now the amber became charged, and now it can attract light objects like here. So during as early as 600 BC, Greeks were aware of the charges. Getting it, now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Further, uh, let's understand how charges develops in the clouds. Okay, no? See, when you study about the clouds now, let's say this is cloud. So in the upper layers of the clouds, positive charges will be accumulating,
Yes, sir.
while in the lower levels of the lower layer of the cloud, negative charges will be accumulated.
Yes, sir.
So now you have got opposite charges, right? So when these charges will come in contact, so thereby that will lead to lightning. Okay, now. So in this manner, lightning is produced.
So when another clouds comes under the cloud which is having charges, So negative and positive charges can also cause lightning.
Exactly. If some another cloud also comes in contact with this, so in that manner also lightning can happen right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So moments ago we were talking about subatomic particles inside the atom. So you get to see that uh, some basic things you already know, that every atom comprises of subatomic particles. Every atom will be having, no matter whether you have atom of hydrogen or carbon or helium, right now any element you have, in each of them these subatomic particles will be found, right? And all of them share one common property, that all of them will be carrying charges. सबके पास charges होते हैं except neutron. All of them will be having charges, namely proton and electrons, right? So uh, uh, normally the number of charges in them are balanced, because proton and electron के numbers equal होते हैं normally, right now. But due to some disturbance, there's an imbalance of electrons and protons in it, right now. And like there are different ways to charge the objects. Different ways में हम object को charge कर सकते हैं, like by rubbing. One of the ways to charge two objects is by rubbing, right now.
Yes,
Also
sir.
have a look at these three figures over here. Huh? Look at the numbers here. The one that is in a this one, the one that is in I mean to say the yellow one. Yellow one represents electron. Okay, no. The pink one represents proton over here.
They both are equal, so it's neutrally charged.
Exactly. But here you get to see that in this case there are only three protons. Okay, no? But there are five electrons. So they are not equal to each other. So it means that in comparison to proton, the number of electrons is two extra. So negative charge is there right now. And then again here it becomes positively charged. Why? See over here, this one is being shown as positively charged because you get to see that the number of protons is how much here? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 protons are there and
Yes,
electrons are only 2. So again they are not equal. And here which one is lesser? Obviously electron. So it means a positive charge आएगा. How much positive charge? The
plus,
difference between them is
plus
plus 3. So plus 3 develops in it. Hope you guys are able to understand this thing. Was Ahmed, Arhan, and Arham? Ahmed isn't here. Still, he isn't here, no? No.
no,
Okay, you guys got this? Ahmed, you got this? Sorry,
Yes,
Moaz,
sir.
you got this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Hmm. So further, let's continue and then see how interaction will take place between them. When you have a positive and negative charge atoms side by side, so they will be attracting each other. Okay, while the positive and negative, since these are like charges, hence they will be repelling each other. Okay, now so that is another general thing. Okay, further we will come to this activity also. In fact, we did that activity. There is a term called as electrostatic force.
yes, sir.
Electrostatic force. So what is electrostatic force? It is basically the force of attraction or repulsion that is experienced by the charged bodies.
Yes, sir.
Though charged particles, say for example, let's say that this is particle 1, this is particle 2. By particle, we are basically referring to atoms. Okay, na? So these are experiencing force of attraction here, right now. And here, these particles, basically these atoms, okay, na, they are experiencing force of repulsion here, right now.
Yes, sir.
So this force here that is acting between them is called as electrostatic force. Moz, is it clear, Arham and Arhan?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So note this thing also. We are still talking about electrostatic force only. अभी हमने current electricity के बारे में बात शुरू नहीं किया in detail. Okay. We are still talking about static charges. Okay, the force that develops due to the static charges, right? So you get to see that static charge or like electricity के दो branches होती हैं. One that is static electricity and the another one is current electricity. Okay, no? Like अगर हमें बात करनी हो कि like which branch of electricity we are talking about, we are talking about static electricity की हम बात कर रहे हैं. Okay, ना? Static electricity. So when charges does not move, thereby it is static electricity. And how static charges are developing? They are developing as a result of friction between two objects, right? When two objects are rubbed across each other. Several times we have studied this thing. Like when you will be having, for example, sweater, right? And you have balloon. You rub them across each other. So thereby sweater will develop positive charges and balloon develops negative charges, right now.
Yes,
So
sir.
यहाँ पर static electricity की बात होगी. Okay ना? Now the question comes like, how do we determine the strength of how do we determine the strength of electric charge that is produced when two objects are rubbed across each other? हम strength किस तरह determine करते हैं? Yes. The question is that the strength of an electric charge here will depend upon what?
So the object which is attracting or repelling more is um, having more strength.
No, no, actually, that's not why my question is that. My question is that this basic thing is clear. My question was that the strength of an electric charge will depend on what factor? I mean to say that how much of charge will develop on this balloon and how much of charge will develop on this woolen sweater. So Moaz, the question is yes.
So can you give me a second?
How think of it? Moaz, you also think of it like on what factors the amount of charges developing on these body will depend.
Yes, sir.
So the distance
Arham,
between the object and the charge.
basically the thing is that you are developing charges on the body. Charges are developing on the body because of rubbing. So there's no question of distance. हमें contact में रखना पड़ेगा. Okay ना. Later on, you will study about other means where from distance charge can be introduced into another body. वो अभी हम बाद में बात करेंगे. So the basic, there are two things. First of all, humidity के ऊपर depend करेगा. Okay ना?
Yes, sir.
Humidity. Then temperature. What is the temperature of the surrounding and the temperature of the bodies? Third thing that will determine how much of charges will develop on these bodies is the property of the given surface of the material. Okay na? Type of material. Yes, any questions in it? Please do let me know. Yes, is there any question in this one? Please do let me know.
No, sir.
No,
Okay
sir.
na? Now the question comes that how humidity will determine it, how humidity will impact it. Yes. You know that air, is it a good conductor or bad conductor of electricity?
The bad conductor.
Bad conductor. But अगर air में हम humidity add करते हैं, water vapor is present in the air, humidity, all of you understand, presence of water vapor in the air. So humidity will add water particles into the atmosphere now. So thereby it makes air conductive, right now. So if air becomes conductive, so thereby now the transfer of charges will take place in a more easier. Getting it, guys? So note that was not working. Okay, guys, give me just 1 minute. Okay, now give me 1 minute. My pen is actually discharged. So I was saying that due to rubbing, now what happens? Due to humidity, what happens? There's presence of um, water vapor in the atmosphere. So thereby,
So
the
also
presence of
opposite can happen. Like the woolen sweater can give out electrons and the balloon can give out protons, right?
the woolen sweater can give out.
Electrons, and the balloon can give protons.
Look, the thing is now, proton will not be going anywhere because it is in the nucleus. Proton center में होता है.
Yes, sir.
See, proton will not move. Basically, the change that will take place it is in the number of electrons only. Always note that proton is in the nucleus.
Yes, sir.
अगर proton break होता है nucleus, so it means that atom will break.
Yes, sir.
So always the number of electron is changing.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
no?
So,
Okay, I will be.
so either of the
Yes.
objects can give out electrons and take electrons, right? It's not
Huh,
necessary that the balloon only has to give the proton electrons.
so normally it is seen that because see here, the type of charge that will develop on the body, it depends on that material. Okay, now
Yes, sir.
a certain type of material will become positive when it is charged because it will be losing electron. A certain type of material will be getting negative.
Yes,
There
sir.
we don't know there we don't have explanation for that. Why becomes positive only and why it becomes not negative. It is because of the type of material found in that object right now. Hmm. So the thing which we were discussing over here is that humidity will be impacting the strength of the charges that will be developing on these bodies, right? Temperature will also influence the amount of charge and the type of material, obviously, right? If it were to be, if these two were to be like metals, then more charges will develop. Metals के ऊपर ज़्यादा charges develop होंगे. Okay, now let me just grab the charger of my pen. I will be back in a minute. Okay. Yes, I'm back. Yeah. So we were talking about the strength over here. Okay, now hope that is clear. If there's any question in it, please do let me know.
No, sir.
Okay, so that is the relation between humidity and the uh, charges, basically the static charges, right? Okay. So one more question comes that will temperature also impact here? Will temperature also impact here? Yes. If the temperature is more, so thereby know that lesser charges will be transferred. Okay, now. So there's an
Yes.
inverse relation. If temperature, I hope it works. So if temperature increases, so thereby strength of charge goes down. Okay, and this is directly proportional. That is the sign of direct proportion. Okay, proportion ka sign hai. Okay, now. So humidity is directly proportional to strength of static charges. So hope that is clear. That is basically by rubbing, the image is showing that charges can get transferred. Transfer of charges, we have been so far studying that it can be transferred through good conductors from metals to another conducting material, right? वहां पे ज्यादा charges transfer होंगे. Although charges can be transferred between a metal and a non-metal also, like plastics or non-metals, right? No, plastics और एक metal के बीच में भी transfer of charges can take place, right? No, but then it will be in lesser amount. There are two another methods also that how transfer of charges can take place. So from one object to another, it can take place by the help of conduction also, and then you will be studying about induction also. So when you talk about conduction now, so when a charge object comes in contact with a conductor, a charge object है, it comes in contact with a conductor, so it will result in the transfer of charges through that conductor.
Yes, sir.
So for example, let's say you have a body like this. Okay, now let's say this is a uh, uh, metal hai, it's a neutral metal. Neutral metal means it is not having any charges. Okay, now Moaz Ahmed is still not here
Yes, sir.
right now. So it is neutral metal, meaning that the number of protons is equal to neutron, or is it equal to electron? इसमें number of protons,
Can you repeat?
in this number of proton will be equal to neutron or electron?
Say electron.
Electron. So number of proton and electron are equal in this neutral metal, right? Now suppose you bring a charged object near it. Let's say कि आपने एक charged object bring किया है and it is having negative charges on it. So क्या इसके ऊपर extra protons हैं या फिर electron है on this object?
Say extra protons. I mean electrons. Electrons.
Electrons are there right now. Also let's say कि हमने यहाँ पे ना ये we have taken aluminum. Aluminum, that is a metal. ये aluminum हमने लिया. So thereby what will happen now? Transfer of charges will take place on this. ठीक है ना? So now let's say कि let's do some more charges on this object. See that there were 6 charges. Let's suppose for the sake of convenience they were, although बहुत सारे charges होते हैं, it's practically impossible to count it manually. But let's assume कि 6 charges in this particular. Okay ना? And now it transfers some of the charges with this aluminum. So now what happens that aluminum will gain some of the electrons. 1, 2, 3. It has gained 3 electrons right now. So negative 3 charges इसके ऊपर आ गए अब, right now. Getting it, guys? So far the aluminum was neutral right now, but when you brought a charged body near to this aluminum, so thereby some of the charges were transferred from this to this. And note that यहाँ पे हमने rubbing वगैरह, it hasn't been rubbed here. Getting it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Was you got this, Arham?
Yes, sir.
Right? So when you bring a charged object near to a conductor, हमने conductor word use किया. We are not saying another charged object. Aluminum is a conductor, right? एक metal है, it's a conductor. So when you bring a charged object near to a conductor, there will be transfer of some charges from this charged object to the conductor. So this method is called as conduction. ये charge by conduction होता है. Have you look at this image as well? Right now ये neutral है. Some of electrons are getting transferred over here,
Yes, sir.
and it is gaining those electrons.
Negative charge.
Exactly. How many charges are there, by the way? क्या charges develop हो गए यहाँ पर?
Say say 5.
Look over here. That earlier it was neutral. यहाँ पे कुछ भी show नहीं कर रहा, blank है. In this image it shows के how many charges are here? It means कि 3 है यहाँ पर. अभी just हमने contact में लाया है. You have just brought this in contact. So electrons are transferring to it. ओके ना, लाइक कि 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ट्रांसफर हुए, further और भी ट्रांसफर होंगे. So after when you took away this object, so there were total 5 charges. So yeah, 5 negative 5 charges. Okay now, so that is the method of conduction. Now the question is that what if I were not to touch this charge object to this aluminum? अगर मैंने aluminum में अगर touch नहीं किया होता, will still be some charges transferring to this aluminum? The answer is yes. Thereby you have another method that is called as induction. Anyone remembers like what we talked about induction?
Sir, I guess you haven't thought about this topic.
No, I think we did discuss about induction, guys. Arham, do you recall? Is Arham? Hello.
Sir, as to what I remember, I don't think we studied conduction and induction.
But the thing is, no, the PPT which I have taken here, it's from the same batch. There haven't been any other batches of class 8. Anyways, like if I might not have taught this concept at that time, now you would be studying it. Okay, now. Anyways, so in induction, what happens was Arhan and Arham, when a charge object is brought near to a neutral object. Now यहाँ पे ये neutral क्यों है? Because the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons. Yes, Ahmed, Moaz, count the number of protons and electrons in it. How many of them are? How many are they?
Sir, 10.
Sir,
Only the number of protons right now. So 5 protons and 5 electrons. So thereby they are neutral right now. So in the process of induction, you are bringing a charge object near to this neutral object. So let's see what happens. See, now you have brought it close nearby to it. So thereby it will be gaining some electrons from it, right now.
Yes,
So
sir.
look what will happen at, let's say this is figure number A. In figure number B, what will happen? It will be gaining electrons from it. And remember that there is no physical contact between the two objects. Okay, no?
Yes, sir.
इन दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स के बीच में कोई फिजिकल कांटेक्ट नहीं है. So now it will be like this. Positive, negative, positive, negative. So 5 positive charges were earlier, right, Arham?
Yes, sir.
Right now. But how many extra electrons has been gained by this conductor?
7.
नहीं सिर्फ एक्स्ट्रा जो गेन किया है इसने 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, now
7, sir.
4 is there, no? Only 4, ma'am. 1 2 3 4 4 electrons
Yeah,
have been gained.
okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay, now guys.
Sir,
So,
nine
yes,
electrons are gained.
no, only 4 are gained here. So 4 gain हो रहा है. The total number of electrons will become 9. That is correct. But gain कितना किया है? It has gained. Look at the
Yes, sir.
one at which I have drew in blue. Sorry, in blue color. Yes, Moaz, you getting this? Yes, Moaz, you got this. Let me write it so that it will be clear to you. So 5 protons थे, 5 electrons थे. They were neutral. Now earlier these it had 5 protons, okay, na, and then had 5 electrons, but gained 4 electrons. So thereby now it is having ये extra electron है ना, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
thereby it is said to be charged now. How many charges are there? Negative 4 charge, right now? Negative 4. So hope you guys are getting this thing. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Further you get to see कि इसमें arrangement भी होगा. This will arrange itself. The charges will arrange itself. ये equal way में distribute होगा around the atom. Okay ना? So see, it will be like this. इस body के ऊपर जो charges की distribution होंगी, it will be in this manner. Total 9 electrons are there in it now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's say it is like this. So अब equal places के बीच में like 5 electrons है ना, like के equal distances के बीच में like इस तरह arrangement होगी. You guys getting this what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Right.
but I didn't understand the difference between conduction and induction.
See, basically in conduction, what was happening? The charged body was in contact with the conductor. ये contact में है,
Yes, sir.
right? While in this case, it is not in contact now.
Yes, sir.
ये contact में नहीं है. Okay, now so that is the main difference between the two. In induction, you don't bring the two two bodies into contact with each other. The process of induction is this thing. Let me write few points. The different points we studied about conduction and induction. So conduction and then induction. So guys, in conduction, was there any contact between the two objects? Yes, was. Conduction में क्या पढ़ा हमने?
There was contact between the charged and the neutral body.
Exactly. So when a charged body was brought in contact with a conductor, right? And that conductor will be neutral. So इसे हमने conduction कहा, right? Okay. And here you get to see that, in induction talking about, there was no,
Is
yes,
not in contact.
exactly. So no physical contact. No physical contact right now, like
So then
this.
how do we know that if a body is conducting or inducting?
Will you please repeat that again?
So how will we know that if the body is supporting conduction or induction?
Simply by looking at the two bodies. If the body that is carrying a charge, if it is in contact with another body, right now, like this, so thereby it is simply conduction.
Yes,
अगर
So
वो
we have to
contact में
first
नहीं,
experiment it.
how we have to experiment it, or just by looking at several electrical appliances, you can look at it. For
Okay.
example, we have example of like conduction. Conduction के बहुत सारे examples हमारे पास. For example, immersion rod. Immersion rod, you know,
yes, sir.
right now. So that is also an example of conduction. Yeah. Or for example, heaters. Sorry, iron heaters की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ.
Yes.
Right now, वहाँ पे actually you know कि like heat का transfer होता है, but some amount of charges are also transferred. Okay now. So that is the concept, and then you have this induction also. Induction का एक बहुत ही अच्छी example है हमारे पास. Do you guys know example of induction?
So electrical heaters.
Electrical heaters, like
So the
uh,
cooking inductions.
which one?
So the cooking inductions.
नहीं, हम charge के context में अगर बात करते हैं ना, in case of charge, do you guys remember Tesla coil?
Yes, sir.
Tesla coil, you guys know about this one? So when Tesla coil is turned on, and if you were to bring any metal or any conductor near it, no, charges will be transferred to it. क्या हम contact में लाते हैं क्या? Are they in contact?
No, sir.
Right now? So ये इसका एक example है. Okay, no? Moz, you are not saying anything. You getting these things or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no? Okay,
Yes,
so that's it for today. And I'll be sending some questions from it. Please do solve those questions. Okay.
okay.
Sir, as assignments.
As assignments. Okay, no? So that's it for today. If there's any other question in it, and also make sure that after the class na you revise the chapter आप revise क्या करें, like what are the
Yes,
things
sir.
we talk in the class, make sure you revise that.
Okay, sir.
Okay then.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Love
Allah
is
Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Allah Hafiz. Yes, Chakrika, how are you?
Fine, sir. You?
I'm also good. Okay, by the way, I did send you notes of I did send you PPT of that
Yes, sir.
chapter,
Yes,
physical
sir.
and
Yes, sir.
chemical changes. Okay, by the way, I will be taking up that chapter and we will be revising that chapter once again. Okay, now? So there you will get to study that chapter once more. You will be getting to study that chapter.
So today?
Not today. Today there are still few things left to be discussed in the
Yes, yes.
wastewater
Wait, wastewater
story.
story.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So have you